So past life regression, future life progression, that's pretty cool. Where you go off into the future and turn around and look back at what it was that, you're going to create. So you get some real purpose and, sense of purpose of life. I tell you what was one of the really cool ones, which we experimented with, was the when we did the parental timelines. Do you remember doing that with a group? So it's the first time it's the first time I'd experimented with that, where we got people to go back and when they get to a point before they were born, and then they follow the maternal timeline back, and then they come back and they follow their paternal timeline back, and they get insights into their parents, which was interesting for people who maybe hadn't had a great relationship with parents because they'd separated, they disassociated, so they weren't caught up in it. They could observe, and some of them said that I now understand why that person was like that. Yeah, and there was even somebody who they'd never met their father. So we just ran a timeline and they went back and they kind of got a sense. It gave them a bit of closure about something as well. That was really cool, wasn't it?
There's the one thing that on one weekend when I was teaching past life regression, that I'd never done this before, and we'd never done it. So my demonstration subject was very skeptical, and I took him back in time, and he was in a lab in Paris working on a vaccine, on the TB vaccine. And he didn't know what his name was, but he knew the year. He knew exactly where he was. It was in the Louis Pasteur lab. And he explained beautifully how he was dressed. And he was very skeptical. So when that exercise finished and he'd come out and was back in the room, we Googled a person that worked on the TB vaccine at that time in the lab, and they could have been brothers. It was really strange.
Yeah, some of that is very.
It was really strange.
Borderline bonkers is my favourite word for the last month or so.
Yeah. And we've had people who have been cavaliers in the English Civil War, and they've known who they are, and they've Googled, and they found the person that they regressed back to. So there's been some very strange things.
Yeah.